is 104.5, the hottest show in the world. And I be super duper I be super duper overjoyed, man, when the homies come through, man, just to chop it up, man. I got the homie that's been making a lot of noise, man, just in the city and in the area itself. Go by the name of Big Cas, 910, right?
No doubt.
For sure.
Well, to go by the name Big Cas, the 910 is, just like an Instagram thing, you know what I'm saying? Got that from my homie Rain, but Big Cas, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. I want to start from the top, man. Tell me a little bit about your journey in the world of music and what inspired you to really want to pursue this thing, bro.
Well, I'm originally from Fayetteville, North Carolina. When I was a younger guy coming out of high school, I was really heavy out here in Vietnam. I was with a crew by the name of Total Package, and then later with a crew by the name of Loudmouth, and we did a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? I dropped singles with like Remy Ma around the time when Terror Squad had like Lean Back Out, and everybody that was out here in the early 2000s in Vietnam remember that. And I came back about a year or two ago because my mother was real sick, to care for her. Unfortunately, she passed recently, but in the past year and a half or so since I was back, I just been running around and helping younger artists out, like shooting videos and trying to help them with their social media. So I got a YouTube channel called Big Cas 910 TV where I've been doing that and working on music, just back doing what I love, hip hop,
Wow, man, that's a super duper amazing thing. Now you from Fayetteville, correct?
Correct.
Now growing up in Fayetteville, the Ville, Dreamville, 260, and whatever you want to call it, how has your hometown kind of influenced your musical style and even how you write in your lyrics?
Well, it's everything. I mean, like I said, back then when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, and really doing my thing, late 90s, early 2000s, it was all about bars. That's when it was like Dipset, The Lock. So it was all about bars, and that's what we did. Everybody that I was around back then, like Rain, Fran, everybody, we really came with the bars. So that's how it really influenced it. And like I said, I think Vietnam got a big hip-hop scene and big musical scene. It's always been a lot of talent out here, and I love it, man. It's been the biggest influence, the only influence on me to be real. It's what I'm all about there now.
And since you speak on influences, bro, like who are some people that have definitely influenced your style, that shaped your sound too?
Well, I mean, I'm a hip hop head, man. So I mean, if I were to name you like my musical influences, especially if we talking about hip hop, we be here all day. I name everybody from like LL Cool J to Pimp C, you know what I'm saying, Andre 3000 to, you know what I'm saying, Slick Rick and back. So that's who it's been like those people, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I come from the generation too where hip hop was like characters. So people like Slick Rick, Tupac, Raekwon, Nas, those are the people that really shaped who I am.
That makes sense. Now you have a unique sound. You just pretty much said that if you were a Pac or Raekwon or KRS-One hip hop head, then you would understand your sound. How do you describe your approach to even making music and getting in the lab when you get a beat? How do you describe your approach?
Well, since about 2006, I pretty much done all my own promotion. I'm not promotion, but production.
Okay.
So what I do is I get the beat, and I do all kind of beats, but a large portion of what I do is sampling. So I look heavy for like dope samples, like the song that I've been promoting lately, the Rico Suave joint, you know what I'm saying, finding ill samples like that. Then once I get the sample and I kind of know how I want the beat to go, I put the beat together, and then from that point, I'll let it rest for a minute because making beats and rhyming is kind of like a serious thing to do at the same time. So I let the beat rest, and then I come back with the rhymes pretty much once I got the hook. Once I come up with some fly shit for the hook, I'll come back and lay that, and just lay the verses after that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So lay the verses first.
Now I'll leave the hook first.
Okay.
For me, some songs ain't got no hook. Some songs is just bars.
Okay.
But if it's like a song with like a hook, the hook definitely gonna come first.
What's one of your most memorable moments right now in doing the music thing, and also you doing the video thing on the platform? What is your most memorable moment right now that's in your career that you can pretty say stands out of all of them?
So I got a lot of memorable moments. I know I've said the name Rain a couple times, but
shout out to Rain now.
Yeah. I want to say like back like around like I had kind of fell back from music a little bit. I had fell back from music, and I was going to Fayetteville State, and kind of saying like I'm getting a little older. I'm kind of stepped back from music, and just trying to kind of chill. And at that same time, that's around the time when my brother Rain was like really coming up and come bossing up in the game. And I remember he had a show at a spot called City Limits. City Limits was like the craziest club at that time back in 2008. And he did a show. I want to say he was opening for Young Jeezy. It was a crazy show, and at that time, you know, he had came back and he was like, "Yo, man, you got to get back in the game. You got to get back to spitting, man. People miss you." So I had put together like a CD at that time called The Fresh Prince of North Cat. I had everybody on it, like Young Cakes, like mad people from around here on it. And I had a song on there, and he brought me back out. It was the first time I had did a show in like 2-3 years at that point. And he brought me back on stage at Carolina Live, and it was crazy in the middle of his set. And I did this song called Street Money, and it was just a vibe that time, man. And you know, to see my brother doing this thing, and the whole crew, the whole city was out, and it was just love. All the gangsters, all the hustlers was out. That was like, that's the highlights to me. Like, I've been around like players in the game and shit, but that was the highlight to me, like being on top of the 2-6. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, what's some of the biggest challenges? Because a lot of people see the highs, they see the joys, and they see the things that make people smile and make people like statuses and all this stuff. But what are some of the things that you've had to be challenged with in your progression through this music thing?
Well, just dealing with life, man. You know, like I said, because when you in the rap game, I mean, you may blow up, and you may blow up, and you may become the next Jay-Z or the next whoever, but you may just, you know, be on a steady trajectory, and you know, you may have to deal with life. Kids may come, work may come, you know, like I said, loss of family, all that kind of may come, and a lot of that shit can kind of fuck you up when you're making music. I'm sorry about that, yeah. But a lot of that can kind of mess you up when you're making music, because when you're making music, you kind of got to be focused, and you know, especially when you rap, you want to be in superhero mode. Life can kind of slow you down, so you know, you just got to stay focused. But I think if you're really a hip hop head, or you're really a music head, it's gonna be like that, because you may take breaks, but you always gonna come back to it. You always gonna come back to rapping, spitting, MCing, doing your thing on the stage. It's gonna be in your system.
And that's wild that you super duper say that. The biggest question is right now what we're seeing in hip hop. Of course, we seen just last week, which was the trending topic. Kendrick, the West is up right now. West got a championship right now. They got a ring right now. I don't know how much don't have it, but they got the ring right now with Not Like Us, with Kendrick. How do you feel about the current state of hip hop and its evolution over the years and over time?
I love it, man, because it's gonna evolve. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like to see it change, but it's gonna be involved. I mean, and you gotta evolve with it. You can look at people like Cool J who evolve with it, or people who stick to the script, like, you know, maybe like a Prodigy or the Lox, and stuck to the script and did their thing. But the game is gonna evolve, the music is gonna evolve, and I love it. I even like that battle, like that thing that Kendrick and them was going through. I loved it, man, because it was good for the game. Like I said, hip hop is a competitive sport. I loved it. I hate when things was happening, like you hear like Drake house getting shot at and all that. All of that's whack. But I love the lyrical MC part of it. I was kind of upset when Cole kind of like ducked off of it, because he was in it, and like I said, he was talking like a lot of, you know, flying on private jets and all that ill stuff, and it seemed like he was coming into it, but I didn't like how he kind of backed out of it. But I understand it as a grown man, you know what I'm saying? But I love it, man. Especially, like I said, that Kendrick thing, that was a dope thing of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And Drake will be back.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Looking back at when you started to where you are now, what is one thing that you wish that you knew about the music business? Looking back from when you started, what is one thing that you wish you knew about the music business?
That it's a business. And like, you know, when I was young, I was so into the music, so into the art, so into the creativity in my prime, and you know what I'm saying, people knew it was a business and I didn't. I just thought it was music. And when you want some creative tip and you get to the business part, the business will kind of throw you off. And it's one of those things like we were talking about, like the things that kind of throw you off and get you off your theme and set you back. But you know, the thing that I've learned is, you know, handle your business, but at the same time, worry about the music. Yeah.
Wow. It's bigger than music. It is bigger than music. Community comes into the aspect of music. So in what ways do you think artists can positively impact their communities? Because we've seen situations where artists have been arrested in their communities. We've seen situations where artists have been killed in their communities. What things do you think that young artists should try to do to make and impact their communities?
I think a lot of artists they are concerned about that, and they do it. Like even like a person like Cole, you always hear about, you know, things that Cole's doing on the low to help people, and in Fayetteville, and you know, we need a lot more of that. Even like the local upcoming artists. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with getting on some Nino Brown tip, and you know what I'm saying, because people are struggling out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember back in the days, one of the dopest events, like around the time when Cole first got his deal, and him and Rain was kind of rocking. I remember they had like a basketball like thing giveaway, like a basketball like backpack giveaway. Where we had the First in Flight basketball team versus J. Cole Dreamville team, and J. Cole came out there to the cookout and all, and him and Rain was out there giving away backpacks for the kids, and both put up some money. We need more stuff like that, especially in the Ville, man. You know, times is rough right now, and people know that times is rougher than ever. So, especially people that, you know, got the ability to give back, and by the ability, I'm more than anything, I mean time, and the, you know, the compassion to want to do that. Yeah.
Want to do it now. We also, the music is changing, evolving. But the way it's put out is evolving too. Social media is evolving. You mentioned some guys that, arguably, I feel like is the only artist that I haven't interviewed, and I was a big fan, and that is Friend D. Super duper amazing artist.
He's on the low. You can't find me on the low.
Looking back from when you started to where engagement with fans and social media and all of that is now, what are some of the highs and the lows that you see?
So it's completely different. So 20 years ago, you had to literally go outside. 20 years ago, it wasn't a lot of Hummer stunting. It was Hummer stunting, but you still had to be somebody, like, to come outside, you know, thinking you're going to go to a club and get on stage, rocking jewelry. You had to be somebody. You really had to come outside. And, I mean, now it's a lot easier because you can connect with people. I think one of the dopest things, like, even with my, I don't want to get too far off track, but even with my YouTube channel and what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, sometimes I see like posts that I do may get like 300 views, and you know, it might be like, damn, you know, like, I'm not the curse, like you know, what do I need to do to get, you know, those ones that get thousands of plays all the time? But you gotta think, it's beautiful. Like, even if you post something, if you were artist and you post a promo reel and that reel only get 98 views, don't sit there like, man, what, you know, how can I get lit like these other people? Who was the 98 people viewing your stuff before? So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Everything you post, you got the ability to get in the algorithm and get one new fan every day. So it's a beautiful thing now. Like, you don't have to go outside. That's what's crazy about it now. You don't have to go outside. But if you, you know, one of them ill cats, you know, one of them, you know, person that, you know, do come outside, it's even better for you because, you know, people see you on the social media, and then when they see you in person in real life, they have that connection with you even more.
Which one do you prefer? You prefer passing the CDs out hand to hand or just posting it?
I love touching the people. I love being in seeing the people. I even now, like, you know what I'm saying, people come up to me all the time and be like, yo, I love what you do. You're a legend. You do it. You know what I'm saying? People appreciate stuff like that, man. You know, keep you going. It's the fuel, especially when you MC. It's the fuel you need, you know.
Keep going. Listen, bro, how can people, because you got a lot of jewels for the young artists, as well as aspiring artists that want to get their work heard, they want to get seen, they want to get spoke about. How can they find you on social media and all that good stuff, bro?
So all my social media is at Big Cas 910, BIGCAS 910. All of them except for Facebook. Facebook, I guess I can't set no username or whatever, but you can still find me by searching Big Cas 910. My YouTube is at Big Cas 910. You get on there, Instagram, Threads, I don't care what it is. You can hit me up, like, you know what I'm saying, I'll connect with you. You know what I'm saying? You can, especially if you know, you got some questions, man, don't hesitate to hit me up. And if you got some, you know, if you're a promoter, anybody involved in promotions and marketing, got some ideas or something, you know what I'm saying? I got some ideas of some things I want to do as far as like some shows that's like, you know, some open mic type things, but on next level, like really making it to the point where we doing shows out here where we have cats out here like maybe like Block Baby, Moolah, you know what I'm saying, BRN, some people be more that come out here and like have them do shows and really have like, or we can have like hundreds of people come, you know, when we got the right promoters involved, you know, the same people that's promoting it like Halo and stuff like that, you know, get tapped in with what we doing, and it'll help everybody. So anybody like that, reach out to me too, man.
For sure, man. Y'all heard him, man. But right now, I'm going to introduce y'all to this new joint y'all been hearing, man. It's called Rico. Like
yeah.
Rico, man. Let them know what station this is, Big Cash.
WCCG 104.5, man.
You heard it. Here it is right here. Big Cash, Rico, right here on 104.5.
Ball so hard, cause wanna indict the boy with the Rico. Hoes freaking off, no Diddy, life sweet as a guave. I'm too ball so hard, feds wanna indict the boy with the Rico. Hoes freaking off, no Diddy, life sweet as a guave. I'm too Big Cas, yeah, I'm too slick. I make the ladies go. Money stacked so high, gotta check the top shelf. Sachi on my feet, Gucci on my belt, trying to catch my drip.